It was love that caused tree trunks to weep. This again is no exaggeration. Muslim narrates on the authority of Jabir ibn Abdullah that the Messenger ﷺ used to give the khutbah, the Friday sermon, next to a tree trunk. You can say it was around maybe knee height or width, waist height. He would lean on it as he was delivering his sermon. And then a man from the Ansar, they said to the Prophet ﷺ, would you like for us to build for you a minbar, a pulpit like this? Shall we build for you a pulpit so that you can sit, rest, speak to the companions? He said, yeah, why not? So they built for him the pulpit. So now he was no longer next to the tree trunk. The very first sermon he gave, subhanallah al-azim, away from the tree trunk, he began to speak. The narrator, Jabir, he said, the tree trunk began to scream. A scream that we all heard. It began to scream like a baby who was very displeased. So he came down from the pulpit. He went next to the tree trunk and he hugged it, subhanallah. And he kept it there in his arms. The narrator said it began to moan and it began to inhale rapidly like a child does when his mother is calming him down, subhanallah. And he stayed there until it quietened. And then he turned to the companions saying to them what that was all about. He said to them, it was crying because it missed hearing the remembrance when it was standing, when I was standing beside. In another narration, it adds to this narration and it said, I swear by Allah who possesses my life, if I had not left my pulpit and hugged the tree, it would have continued crying all the way until the day of judgment because of grief and sorrow, now that the Messenger ﷺ was no longer standing next to it. And so he instructed the companions to cut down the tree trunk and to bury it, as if to say that the grief it went through was so strong that the best place for it now would be 6 feet under, subhanallah.